Alright, hello and
10
welcome to the
seconds
Symphony
remaining.
Gaming Tournament. Tonight we've got some wacky SGs, otherwise known as swag, going
5
up against
seconds.
the Fun Machine. I'm Helium from FMVP Dota, and I'm coming in a little late to the draft, had a CSGO match to attend. It didn't go very well. We're very bad at that game. But anyway, looks like we've got a lot of picks and bans, so I'm not even going to try to bother to try to understand the new picks ban phase and who had first pick. But it looks like Batrider, Nyx Assassin, Rubik, and Caudle banned out against swag. So Bad and Nyx still opting to ban them out first as swag, and then followed up taking out the Rubik. They don't want wall stolen or anything from
10
Shadow
seconds
Demon,
remaining.
and then Keeper of the Light. Pretty hard to play
5
against.
seconds
Good team fights
remaining.
early with that Illuminate, also tower defense throughout the whole game. Fun Machine picking up Lone Druid, Gyrocopter,
time.
Queen of Pain. They're taking out Nyx, Lifestealer, worried about, or sorry, that's the same hero. Lifestealer and Wisp, just worried about the Wisp play from teams that you don't know. Can lose your games pretty quickly. Lifestealer also being banned out by the Fun Machine.
Radiant team
Pretty popular hero. Even with the range nerf on the open wounds, I still think he's very tier 1. And then Magnus and Puck banned out as mid potential by the Fun Machine. And as a result, Storm Spirit picked up by swag, opting to play the Storm Spirit even without that Nyx bomb potential. I think it'll still be quite good. Oh, look at that, Flex is standing in here for swag. And now it's Fun Machine's fourth pick here. They've got their carry,
10
they've got their
seconds
off laner,
remaining.
and they've got their mid. So it looks like they pretty much just need to pick up 2
5
supports
seconds
here.
remaining.
Also reasons why Rubik and Caudle are being banned out as well. Shadow Demon already picked up, so another good support. I mean, definitely Jakiro, Undying, if they want to keep it defensive, if they want to go aggressive. I don't really know how many options they've got available to them. Disruptor's pretty strong now since the patch, so there's a few things they could do. But we'll just see what they pick up here. I always have trouble figuring out the supports for some reason. Lion in the pool as well. Who else? Anyone else get buffed? Ancient Apparition, he's got an Ags for his ult now. I'd pick it up.
Bane.
Ah, Bane, of course. Bane for that Kunkka will be
Dire
pretty
team
nice.
banned.
Will limit the potential of that Tidebringer quite a bit if he's able to get that Enfeeble off. But as soon as Kunkka's got the Shadow Blade, should just be able to Shadow Blade and do a lot of damage on his first attack, and then Torrents and Boats after that. And now we go to that last round of
10
ban, the third round of
seconds
banning
remaining.
here, so swag taking that. It looks like another support is needed here, so who are they going to ban out?
5
Probably,
seconds remaining.
I'm expecting like a Jakiro, maybe an Earthshaker ban, I don't know.
Reserve time.
I've seen Bane Earthshaker in the past, so you can Nightmare and then wall off the lane, or at least like isolate that one support, but I don't know how that is going to work very effectively if they try to take this aggressive to have that Lone Druid have a one-on-one. And I don't even know, it could be Shadow Demon Kunkka mid, it could be Shadow Demon Kunkka and a support in a tri-lane, I don't really know. Storm Spirit could also go mid, Darkseer most likely going to off lane, or they could just abandon it for the jungle. Or even do like Kunkka Shadow Demon as a defensive duo with Darkseer jungle and then another offlaner for swag. Got quite a few options. And Lina banned out. Lina and Leshrac, I'm losing my mind. It's been a while since I've cast. Obviously supports that would couple well with the Bane. As well as a Jakiro, I think, if you wanted to keep it a defensive lane. But probably wanting the 1v1 matchup here for the Lone Druid.
10 seconds
Although
remaining.
I feel like Kunkka will do pretty well against the Tidebringer if he happens to be
5
1-on-1.
seconds remaining.
Or if they do a tri-lane with Kunkka defensively, Lone Druid's up there, the supports can probably just roam out and leave
Reserve
Kunkka.
time.
You might have a little bit of problems at the tower if Lone Druid starts pulling with the Spirit Bear, but... And now the last ban here for the Fun Machine, it looks like just another support is needed. They're going to take out the Leshrac, because they could also... Shadow
Dire
Demon also
team
with the Disrupt, Leshrac and Lina can land their stuns on top of it. Now going for their last support here, gonna pretty much reveal what swag is doing, at least a little bit more. I'd love to see a tri-lane Storm Spirit. Also gonna observe my team support here, Flex, subbed
10
in for
seconds
swag.
remaining.
Point out his
5
flaws so we
seconds
can
remaining.
prepare him for our next match.
Reserve time.
18 seconds left here for the last pick for swag. Who's it gonna be? I still think Jakiro would be good. I mean, there's a lot of disruption early on. It forces Gyro
10
to sort of get a
seconds
BKB.
remaining.
Otherwise, he's gonna get caught in an Ice Path in a team fight. Same thing with Quap. I don't know. It's just such a good hero. Yeah, and there it's picked up. I think the Ice Path is so good.
Radiant team pick.
Especially with the wall combination. You know, Ice Path 3, you got that 0.5 second window when you're Darkseer to get a perfect wall vacuum combination. So I can see no reason really not to pick it up. Same thing with the Torrent. Even if he throws a Torrent like prematurely ice over it, people will probably run into it and boat. And then the Treant Protector, the last pick here by the Fun Machine. I think that's a good pick against Darkseer. If Darkseer creep skips, which Jesus most likely will, they'll be fine. Sorry, Treant will be fine to last it at the tower. I'm trying to figure out what the lanes are going to be. I mean, I guess just Storm Spirit versus Quap in the mid lane, and then do they go defensive with Kunkka, or do you think they can take it aggressive? It looks like it's just going to be a dual lane bot, Bane Gyro, with Treant off, and then Lone Druid, or, I guess Treant in the tri lane. I always kind of think of him as a purely off-lane hero, but I
You
suppose
really
he can
should
support.
prepare for battle.
But anyway, let's get into the introduction of the teams here. For the Dire, the side of Swag, we got Blink playing that Storm Spirit. Looks like he's heading towards the mid lane with a moderately fast bottle build. We got Xylu here on that carry Kunkka going into the top lane. Flex playing that Jakiro, Smokes Sentry, lots of regen. And then who do we got? We got Jaw 86 on that support Shadow Demon, and then of course Jesus on his signature Darkseer. And that is the side of Swag. So Darkseer heading towards the off lane, doesn't have any wards, since you can only buy one ward now, or one set of wards at least off the start, which is crazy. And there it is on the ground. Looks like Jaw's gonna grab that. And we're tied for some reason. I'll take this time to eat some chips.
Glorious thanks.
Alright, so we're back in there. Took care of those introductions for the Dire. And now for the side of the Fun Machine on the Radiant, we've got the Professor going in the off lane. He's got Stout Shield and he's got Tango. That's all he's opting to get, saving up the money, get a quicker boots, Gloves of Haste, whatever he decides to go. Queen of Pain being played by Gamma Ray, going into that mid lane. Fast bottle build, branches, Tangos, 2-second nap. That carry Gyrocopter here in the bot defensive tri lane. Pretty standard build. The circlet, only thing that may be a little different, but not even that uncommon. Contempt here, supporting on that Treant for the Fun Machine. Got his Observer wards. Put one down already. And then we've got Acetone here on the Bane with Sentries and Smoke of Deceit. So it looks like we're going to have two defensive lanes forming out of this, which is odd these days. It's been so long since I feel like I've seen two defensive lanes in a game. I don't know. I'm trying to think who will get the upper hand out of this free farm, Gyro or the Kunkka. I mean, both hit hard, both have the same sort of concept of, you know, AoE cleave damage through that Flak Cannon. Flak Cannon has a longer cooldown, so but it obviously like 6 attacks, where Tidebringer's only once every 4 seconds at its highest, so I don't know. I think I'd have to give it to Gyrocopter. It just depends how good Xylu is with his boat and Torrent combination. And also the fact they got Jesus just in the jungle, so he's going to be doing just fine throughout pretty much all of the game. That means, you know, even more uncontested farm, of course, for the Gyrocopter, and we'll see how well the Lone Druid here can pull with his bear. He's already body blocking the camp and not opting to pull the wave. And Jaw here with the double damage Shadow Demon just doing work to this. He casts Soul Catcher on it to give even more damage. And just eating away at this bear. If this bear goes down here, that's not going to be good. Flex trying to land an Ice Path, but he got Dual Breath, so actually not going to be able to do anything with that. And into the mid lane we got Storm Spirit, excuse me, going against Queen of Pain. Storm Spirit 3 last hits, 2 denies, but I would have to think that Gamma Ray on the co-op would win this lane. Just with the Shadow Strike. There's really no way for Blink to dodge it. I think Blink will do okay, but... And meanwhile, the Spirit Bear still continuing to be chased out. It's so low, didn't get a single pull off. The Torrent goes off, they want to kill it. And this is going to be huge. The Dual Breath lands. This gives 300 gold now. Thank you, Darkseid. So that's 300 gold going the way of... Who got that? It looks like it must have been Kunkka. It's already resummoned here. Forgot to change my overlays. I'm a noob. It's been, like I said, it's been so long since I cast. There's like nothing going on for some reason. In the mid lane, let's go back to last hits. We've got Blink, 6 and 3, Quab 3 and 4, so Blink doing quite well in this mid lane. Bottle Crowing a little harder, but Storm Spirit should be able to also have some sort of rune control if you can keep the lane pushed against that Quap. It looks like they're just creep skipping in the top lane versus Lone Druid. And I think this is a great idea, because if they're already at this point that Lone Druid's not going to be able to pull up the Spirit Bear, and the Spirit Bear, his second Spirit Bear, is already back in base healing. So it's going to be pretty hard for him to do anything, because either taking some tower hits that were slightly unnecessary. Still have a lot of regen on all these 3 heroes, so they'll be fine to just creep skip. 13 last hits on Kunkka, 12 on the Gyrocopter. And they're just trying to push this top tower down fast. There's the Soul Catcher on the Lone Druid, layered up in the Ice Path. Professor being way too close to Xylu, on the first blood there on the Professor. So Lone Druid goes down. He's having a tough game. This lane's pretty much shut down, I think. And that's going to mean his bear is on cooldown for 93 seconds. So he's going to be completely useless for 93 seconds. So it's unfortunate for him. I think once the bear is back up, either they're going to back off the top lane or Lone Druid should just go jungle. And Jesus, jungling like a boss, stacking the crap out of this large camp here in the Dire jungle while just doing the little camp. So pretty much showing why Darkseer is his signature hero. Playing him like a boss. Yeah, check out that gold graph quickly. Probably that where the Spirit Bear went down. Let's bring it to 500, and then the first blood drawn. So 750 gold advantage for the Dire. Go to XP, just about 0. Oh, maybe 300. It just jumped. Gold graph probably jumped too. Yeah, it's about to 1,000 now. So Swag with a little bit of an advantage coming out of the gate here with the first kill going towards them. And again in mid lane, Blink. He's 12 last hits to 12 last hits, so that lane pretty even right now. Xylu's got his phase boots up with 19 last hits, Gyrocopter at 20. But I would think that these supports, so Bane is down here. I can't find the other one. He's orange. Oh, he's right there. He's also level 3. The supports here, yeah, so the supports are about the same in the defensive tri lane. Jesus is, however, level 4 compared to Lone Druid, who's at level 2. So that's like the off-laner comparison. And since the top tri lane's arguably winning even over the free-farming Gyro, I think it's a good trade for them. In the mid lane, sounds like we got a lot of action. Multiple Storm Spirits up here. Does he get an illusion rune, or is it just spamming his Q? Alright, so it looks like maybe the push is going to start to continue here in the bot lane. Phase Boots also picked up on Gyrocopter, so pretty standard there. Just going to go Phase Drums more than likely. Looks like Darkseer now with the levels level 5, level 3 Ion Shell should be able to TP down here. And with the Ion Shell, I don't think they'll be able to push this. They did get it pretty low, so maybe if they man up on it, they might just be able to run over this Darkseer, who's pretty low on mana. He's got 1 Ion Shell and then no Surge, so perhaps they can push that in the mid lane, some more action. Oh, it looks like he dodged that Overload, for I don't even know what those are called. Static Remnant there with the Blink, and then in the bot lane here they're doing exactly what I said. They're manning up on Jesus. Jesus is going to go down here. Surviving for a little bit. Treant Protector picks up that hill, taking a lot of tower hits though. There he cycles it off. And that's going to be the bot tower. So the first tower looks like is going to go the way of the Fun Machine here on the Radiant, as well as catching up in kills. So now if we go back to the gold graph, I don't know. We'll check back in a little bit. It's slow to update. It looks like still a pretty good advantage here for Swag. Mid is still dead even right now. Are they bottle crowing? I'm just curious since the change.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It looks like
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
He's got the courier following him.
If that's the proper term for it.
No one's bottle crowing yet.
It is.
Just gonna wait. Yeah, no point now. It's 6 minutes right now on the rune's top. Looks like Blink's gonna go ahead and just get that as the lane is pushed towards Gamma Ray. Alright, nothing new on any of the supports here.
Dire's middle
Xylu
tower
probably just
is
gonna
under
rush the
attack.
Shadow Blade, I would imagine. And
Radiant's
looks like
top
the
tower
drums
is
are
under
coming
attack.
out soon, or at least being worked towards. The bracers coming out soon for 2-second nap on the gyrocopter. Alright, check back in with the professor here. He's finally got his bear back up. It looks like he's maybe trying to do some pulls now, as he's got his bear over in the river, or just sending to the secret shop. That's got to be the Orb of Venom. Indeed it is. So the professor here, level 3. Check the net worth. He's not that happy of a professor. He's barely above the supports right now in net worth. The other carries and mids are 2-3 times his net worth right now. So it looks like Blink just using that double damage room to dominate the mid lane. Both of the mids are level 7, haven't ganked either lane, and I think that's just because they're set up. Everyone's running that defensive posture right now, so pretty much a little harder for the mids to gank in that. Unless, you know, they go top to get a pick off and then push down the top tier 1, but or bot, depending on what side you're on. And now Jesus looks like he's decided to return to the bot lane instead of just going back into the jungle, and we see Blink TPing down now. The supports have roamed away from Gyrocopter, who is quite low at the moment. And there's the surge in on Blink. Blink's got the Ion Shell as well, but Gyrocopter, he's wise to this. They've got the lane ward down, so they see everything. And thank God it was not a second later, because it's gone now. If it wasn't for that lane ward, that would have been a for sure kill. But Blink, he doesn't even care. He's trying to man up here. He's trying to get Acetone, who's only level 5, doesn't have the Fiend's Grip. Blink probably gonna opt to not go in, but can at least run away safely. And then the top lane still trying to push this tower down, but it's already back to full health just because of contempt on that tree and protector there. And Blink might be finding himself in some trouble.
Is under attack.
Everyone's here in that
feel
defensive
like a
tri
broken
lane for
record.
the Fun Machine, but Blink pretty fast, just with boots 1. Now he's turning around to fight, it looks like. I don't know if that was the right move. Call down's going to be used. Jesus is there. Ball Lightning dodged the ult as well as the surge. And if Jesus gets out of that, then it was definitely worth it, but all of them kind of playing on a razor's edge here.
Has that ever been
Wow,
cause for
both of them get out
separation?
with almost no health. Just cycling the rocket barrage damage. Gamma Ray looking for a pick off. Maybe could have got them both if he just... Oh, that would have been insane if he just threw the ult over the trees blindly. That would have been some Dota Cinema quality play right there. Back in with Lone Druid. What's he rocking? Boots on himself. Not even level 6 8. He's level 3 right now. He is the lowest level in the game, so even below the supports, with his net worth just slightly above. So doing a very good job of shutting down that Lone Druid in the off lane is Swag. And now Flex trying to ward up, trying to de-ward as well. Going towards the mid lane, gonna try to land a nice little ice path here on Gamma Ray, perhaps. Or just back off and head bot. Not a whole lot of action. Goldgraph at about 0 now. The Dire at 1000 XP advantage. But even though the Goldgraph is at 0, I feel like with this Lone Druid being so shut down, I think Swag is a lot more ahead than the graphs say. And Blink is doing well. What did he just have out to him? Only 33 last hits in 9 minutes. It's
Dire's
not the
top
most
tower
fun,
is under
but
attack.
that's pretty hard lane, I guess, for both of them. And now maybe trying to hand mid over to this Lone Druid so we can sort of catch up. Like I said earlier, I think he should just go jungle. I mean, they're not really going to be able to contest him as the supports are in there. Supports can even help him jungle to split that XP. The Lone Druid's that far behind that, it wouldn't be a bad idea. And looks like Jesus has decided to go back to the jungle. Gonna try to get that mechanism. He's got boots 1 now. Xylu pretty close to the Shadow Blade. As we can see, he's got the amulet already, and about 900 gold off of that broadsword to finish up that Shadow Blade, which will possibly get the action rolling in this game. I don't think Swag can sit behind and just play a farming game. I mean, Kunk is strong, but Gyrocopter, I don't know. I think he's a slightly more reliable carry, reliable damage with the Flak Cannon, so I think when that Shadow Blade's up, maybe Storm Spirit gets treads or mana boots or some one extra item. Support's nowhere close to mech. Jesus is working on it, but if they can take a team fight and win it convincingly, I mean, that'll be the mech for Darkseer, and it'll put him ahead. Also, that Lone Druid carry potential, even in the late game, if they start getting ahead. That Gyrocopter buys space. Lone Druid can sit in jungle or take an off lane or something like that to get some farm. So I'd have to give it to the Fun Machine in the late game. But that also being said, Darkseer on the side of swag, it'll make it very hard to push up to tier 3s with that wall. And it looks like we have a smoke gank here from Flex and Jaw. They're trying to get this Quap in the mid lane. She's doing quite well. She's the second highest net worth on her team. Gyrocopter winning here with 5,300, Kunkka at 45, and the Quap here at 3,400. So having a little bit better of a mid lane than Blink. Blink did kind of rotate down to try to get something started in the bot lane. They run right past a sentry, so they gotta know they're coming to the jungle, but maybe not paying attention as Gyrocopter's there with absolutely no mana. But they don't know that, obviously, like we do, so it could have been a big play, could have been a pick off with no mana. I think even the 2 supports could have got him, and not even anyone else anywhere near. Acetone's in the mid lane trying to back up this Quap. They probably think they're trying to gank her, which they are correct. Here comes the Ghost Boat out on the Professor. It's going to land. Xylee with the solo kill on the lone Druid. Don't underestimate that Ghost Ship, which has just been buffed and buffed and buffed. The cooldown's so low right now. The damage buffed by 50, which I guess isn't a whole lot, but it's still a buff. So that Ghost Ship is quite good. Seeing it used there. And now Blink having to go on Gamma Ray with that double damage. Shadow Demon is there. He pops his ult on Acetone. It's going to do a lot of damage, but no one's going to die from it. And now that Shadow Demon ult sort of wasted. Contempt is in Viz. He's got his ult. He's got that Overgrowth. He could pop out on these 2. Possibly get the Jakiro as well. At least he does get the Jakiro. Shadow Demon probably going to be able to get out. Nice defensive disruption, but I think this could be the end of Flex. Another Ice Path goes out. That Leech Seed doing a lot of damage, and Treant, of course, hits for 1,000,000. And as that team fight's going down in the mid lane, Kunkka has picked up that Shadow Blade, so look for him to possibly roam, or maybe just kill this Lone Druid again, because Lone Druid's not going to know. He will literally die from one attack. Okay, maybe not one attack, but probably. There's the boat. There's the boat's going to miss. Yeah, oh, it was a good attempt. The creep wave is pushing Tiana to try it, and this boat on such a short cooldown, it doesn't really matter. I've realized that my in-game logos are probably wrong too. They are. I don't even care. Now I'll fix them. Boom, now it's right. I'm a fail boat tonight. So it happens when you get dominated in CSGO. It's not fun. Anyway, Gamma Ray with the Treads, Bottle. It looks like something's coming out on the Courier now. It's going to be 1 Oblivion Staff, so we're going to need another one of those. In the top lane, Contempt, popping that Overgrowth onto Xylee, but Storm Spirit's there. This is going to be the death of the Professor for sure, but will Xylee go down? I don't know. Contempt also, that big hit from Xylee, taking him out. Xylee now on a killing spree here. Blink picking up a kill there on Contempt the Treant. So, a nice attempt by Contempt to get the ball rolling for that Lone Druid, but unfortunately backfiring just a little bit, as Blink was up there with that quick TP. And his ult in, of course. Jesus now, he's got the buckler, he's got the headdress, he's close to a mech, so now I think the mech is going to be the item that gets the ball rolling here. And Shadowblade also purchased
Radiant's
on Gyrocopter,
being subjected
so
to
he's got that.
violence.
I don't know if it's, like, it's still a great item. It can be escape from that Storm Spirit, of course, but with the Shadow Demon and the Darkseer wall and really the Ice Path, I think is the biggest reason in this game to possibly rush a BKB.
I feel like a broken record.
I don't know. Shadowblade's always good. Seems like people lean towards that more now than the BKB. It's like it's switched a couple times, and we've landed back on the Shadowblade purchase again. Jesus starting to creep skip here. We've got 3. It's like this.
Has that ever been cause for celebration?
Okay, Treant, Bane, Courier, and Gamma Ray looks like are coming into the bot lane.
Is being subjected
nothing yet on Acetone, Gamma Ray, like I said, the 1 Oblivion Staff. Contempt, he's going in Viz, he's got the Overgrowth. Blink is down in the trees, the TP in offensively by the Gyrocopter, lands in the Ice Path. There's 1 call down, Jesus with no mana for wall, taking a lot of damage, but here comes Xylee. Although Contempt will just be able to get away, they probably don't know he's got that Blink with a nice torn combination. Xylee though, everything used on him, Fiend's Grip and Sonic Wave. Blink goes in on the backside of this. I don't think this is going to end well for Blink, but a nice Ice Path on 3. And Blink get out, he's just got to get over the cliff here. And there he does, actually could be just fine. Jesus though, wanted to save, maybe some miscommunication there. Gonna go down. Shadowblade used to get Flex. Ice Path, nice dodge there. Now here comes the homing missile. Flex going down here for sure. Even especially if the Quap and the Bane come in to help. Probably not necessary, but really no risk at this point. It's everyone is kind of dead for swag. And the Bears here, they might as well push this tower. I don't really think they need to back. Probably. The respawn times are pretty low right now. Backing probably the safer option. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for this Kunkka to weave in and out of combat, you know, throwing those Tidebringers and those boats and torrents with that Bane, of course, is just gonna drop a sentry or just dust with a new 10% debuff. That's pretty nice. And then Fiend's Grip Kunkka. Without a vacuum from the Darkseer, if Darkseer had mana, I think that fight went completely the other way. Just that vacuum wall, so strong. Alright, let's check in the Lone Druid. It looks like he's working towards phase boots here. They're still pretty shut down as that Lone Druid with the net worth. Again, just barely, even one support ahead of him still. And in terms of levels, he's caught up a bit. Looks like he's been solo jungling and got some XP from that team fight. So he's at like the bottom of the carries off lane mid pack at level 8. Everyone 10-10-10, 11-11 as we can see. In top lane, actually, Gyrocopter in a bit of trouble. He's got that Shadow Blade, a nice call down and TP reaction from everyone though. Jesus is here, the boat goes in. It lands on no one, but at least applies the buff so they can run away here. Gamma Ray going in quite aggressively. Wants some kills, wants to finish that Orchid. Jesus drops the wall, but he's not gonna be, he will be able to get off this vacuum. He's gonna live through that. Just barely goes down, but able to get that vacuum off. Buying him time. Contempt is gonna go down here. Xylo, whew, goodbye tree. I think Acetone might find himself in some trouble here too. The Ice Path that's going to go out. The X is there as well into the Torrent. So nice little turnaround. Jesus goes down on the Darkseer, but Xylo picks up the double kill, and it's a 3-for-1 trade.
Middle tower is under an
Check back into that gold draft, because what's going on there? 1,000 gold advantage for the Radiant, actually, Fun Machine. So farming it up after that. XP, Radiant also took the advantage off of that, but after that team fight, I think it'll dip back towards the Dire. So now we've got ourselves a very close game.
Radiant's top tower is
Score is 7-7 as Swag looks like they're trying to push down their first tower. The Treant Heal already knocked off of it. They're gonna get it, but Gyrocopter already back, popping that Shadow Blade right out of that TP. The tower goes down, so Swag on the board in terms of taking towers. Two already taken for the Fun Machine. They got bot and they got mid. And I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna eat some chips. Alright, so Bane is TP'd to the mid lane. Maybe just trying to back up the Gyrocopter a little bit. Or just ward up. He's running down now to ward. Tree playing around with the invis. I guess if you support the invis, probably a little better. Seen a lot of in the off lane and the pro scene, everyone's just maxing W and E, and then like stats. You don't even need the invis. I guess it's nice to set up some initiation, but I think it's pretty safe to assume sentries are going to be down most of the time where you need to initiate.
Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Everyone down here now trying to kill this Gyrocopter off. He's got that Shadow Blade, but we got sentries. So 2 sentries, no dust for Swag as they're coming down for this Gyrocopter. Who now backs. Probably just figured it out and needed to back. Or maybe noticed that the creep were taking Ion Shell damage from nowhere. Alright, go back to the net worth tab. We got the Gyrocopter at 8.4k, so 1,000 gold ahead of the Kunkka at 7.4. Gamma Ray on the Quap from mid lane at 6k. Then we got Jesus at 5, as well as Storm Spirit around the 5 mark. And then we finally find the Lone Druid, who's getting some space bot for him now. Got boots on himself. Looks like the Bear's got phase. Probably just gonna go Maelstrom instead of Armlet now since it takes the health. I mean, I guess Armlet's still pretty good. It just requires a little more micro now to use, since you actually have to turn it on and off instead of just leaving it on. Still provides insane amount of early damage for that bear, but I don't really know if it's worth it. Because if it's not activated, it's really not worth it. And now roaming through the jungle here is Swag, looking for a pick off here. Looks like they may find Contempt, or they're just going to head back to the mid lane. Some of them are even going to TP top here to stop that Lone Druid from farming up. Xylu's going in. Oh, did that damage go through? Yes, it looks like it did. The Torrent's there. The boat coming in as well as the Demonic Crit. Looks like this will be the death of the Professor. Shadow Demon picking that one up off of the alt proc. I thought for a second the damage didn't go through off the Tidebringer. Now we got Xylu starting that Daedalus. He's got the Castralis on his person now, so at least he will have the ability to crit. He's probably had that for a little while actually, as he's already got 1400 gold, so doing quite well here. 106 CS in 21 minutes. It's not the most, but he's been roaming and trying to team fight to get some kills. I'm assuming the mechanism is up on Darkseer. I didn't see a little message pop up for that. I wonder if they don't deem the mechanism worthy of that. I feel like it is. And I don't think we're going to have a mechanism on the side of the Fun Machine for quite some time. We got Quapco and Orchid almost has it now, if it's not on the courier already. The Professor, not really anything to speak of. Gamma Ray, okay, that's the Quap with the Orchid. Shadowblade on Gyrocopter, I would assume, yeah, he's working towards the BKB, he's got the Ogre Club. He can buy the Mithril Hammer now. And then we got Contempt, nowhere near a mech, so probably not going to see that from him. And then Acetone being not really great here to give mech to, since his ult is channeling, and if he wants to mech, he has to break it, so he's not going to get it. So nowhere close for a mech on the Fun Machine. And I feel like they're going to need it with that rum spray off the ghost ship, that damage reduction, and then the mechanism, and just all the sustain here from Swag, just in a full-on team fight. I think it's going to be pretty hard without a mechanism of their own. I mean, they do have the tree with the Leech Seed, so that should help out a lot as well. Leech Seed stays on the target now when they're dead, so that'll be huge. Even if they just burst whoever it's on it and stay around the area, that will create a lot of heal. Of course, the living armor as well. And Quap has the ability to buy the Orchid now. And I would assume the Orchid is just bought so that they can lock down this Storm Spirit. I don't really see any other reason. It's, also to maybe make sure Wall doesn't go off, but Jesus pretty tanky, 1,100 health, give or take. High armor, and he's got the cloak as well for that magic resist, and of course the mech, which he can use while silenced, so it's like the push. We got 5-man middle for both teams. Blink maybe looking to get this started. He's just going on the Spear Bear. Trying to wither it down. The resummon is available from the Professor, so it won't be the biggest deal if it goes down, minus the fact that it gives 300 gold now. We can see the Dire reclaiming that advantage that they had initially. Quap goes on Flex in the top lane. He gets pretty low, but this may have baited the rest of the Fun Machine in. Jakira goes down, the wall's there, it hits one. It's going to disrupt the team fight a little bit. A decent build by Xylu. At least applying the buff didn't really stun anyone. Jesus now has used the mech, has used the wall, has used everything. Just trying to run away here. Now Fiend's Grip used up. This fight looks like it's going the way of the Fun Machine. Jesus drops, but Xylu with a huge crit takes out 2. 3 down now. Contempt gonna go as well. Now it's just 2-second nap. The Torrent, I don't know. What? I don't know. Someone used a smoke? Maybe it was to dodge a projectile. I've heard you could do that. I've never done it personally. But pops a Shadow Blade anyway. And essentially it was there, so maybe just a little too late. And this is going to be, looks like the third tower being taken here for Swag. That's going to be Xylu's Daedalus. Well, pretty soon, he's like 600 off now. It's like Storm Spirit also going for. There's the Oblivion. The Oblivion, gosh. There's the Orchid Malevolence there. Oh, Duo Orchid Malevolence is coming out. Storm Spirit and Quap finish them at about the same time. Check their net worth. Yeah, pretty similar. Jesus just a little behind that. Working towards the pipe. Doesn't have really any components. I'd assume he'd just go with the Hood first, the Magic Resist for himself, just to ensure that he gets his combo off. The BKB comes up on Gyrocopter as he's farming the Ancients there. So BKB drums. Shadowblade phase, pretty fast, pretty maneuverable. Gonna be doing a lot of damage in team fights with that BKB. Although it does not stop you from getting critted in the face for 600 damage. Or initiated upon. There's the Daedalus for Kunkka. Mana Boots finally. On the Jakiro. I don't know. The Shadowblade Daedalus build for Kunkka, probably the most popular. It makes you sort of a glass cannon, as they say. But with the mech, the other teamfight disruption with the wall, I think he'll be okay. And since he's the only carry, he's pretty much forced into this build, because if he goes tanky, where's their damage output? It doesn't come from another hero. If you have another carry, like let's say they had their Lone Druid instead, or also a Gyrocopter for some reason, that they could rely on to be that one role, then Kunkka could sort of take that tanky role and transition with, like, you know, a Vanguard early, or I don't know.
Radiant's
that's
top
trash
tower
now.
is under attack.
Maybe Shadowblade BKB or Shadowblade
not in a
Art or
good
something
way.
like that, or maybe just an AC for a team Aura. AC probably will be his next item anyway, but the reason he's going this Glass Cannon build is pretty much
Radiant's
forced
top
into it.
tower is under
And now
attack.
with this Orchid on Blink, it'll be pretty nice if they can get that
Structures
Quap,
are
who's
beautifully
doing a lot of
fortified.
damage, and of course Gyrocopter as well. Coming in this fight with like about half health right now, so it could be a good fight for Swag if they decide to turn this around. Over here we've got Storm Spirit. He catches out Gamma Ray. He's already thrown the Orchid. Is anyone else going to show up? There's the Ice Path. The Orchid damage is going to be enough. Gamma Ray goes down, and the team fight on the other side. Jesus with a nice wall. The Ghost Shield coming in. It's not even going to land on Contempt, but again, it just applies the buff. Acetone tries to channel his Fiend Script. Contempt goes down as well, and it looks like all the way up there at the side shop there is the Gyrocopter, the only one to get away. And going to get this tier 2 top tower. Here's Swag. Not a single casualty on the field. Nice play by Blink to find that Quap, and then didn't really see what happened on the other side of that team fight, but it looked like Jesus had a pretty nice wall combination as the Quap wasn't there to silence him out. Really no one there to do anything to Darkseer. And it looks like they're just going to go for tier 3. The Sentry's dropped, they're going on the tree, they're going to catch him out, and it looks like Tree fought back from this. So definitely going to get the tier 3. They've got a good,
top tower is under attack.
say 40 seconds, 30 seconds here to
And
wither
not
this
in a
tower down.
good way.
Thanks to you.
Well, it seems that
Gyrocopter
Radiant's
dropping
top
everything
tower
and immediately has the demonic perch on him, but been the good timing there by Shadow Demon. Not really gonna matter, he's gonna take everybody out. Nice preemptive call down, rushing over the BKB. But that does blow his 10-second charge just to defend, so. I'm curious what happened to Gyrocopter in the last fight, because he didn't even use his BKB. I think a lot of some people must have been blown up already
Dyer's
before he
bottom
went
tower
in,
is
and
under
didn't think it was
attack.
worth it to waste the charge with the team fight he couldn't win, even with the BKB. So I would assume happened. And there's that Maelstrom, you know, that classic 29-minute Maelstrom on that Lone Druid. An unfortunate game for him, I'm sure. He's a amazing Lone Druid player, but having a tough time, pretty shut down in the top lane. But now the Bear has some damage output capabilities, so they get these pickoffs, can find themselves a little bit back in the game. Flex goes down immediately. Xylu, Shadowblade on cooldown as he used it to initiate, but he's pretty fast with the phase boots anyways. Gonna be able to get out of there. And looks like working towards a 4-stop is the Jakiro. Mech's already taken care of. Although nice play by the Fun Machine. They take out the Jakiro. He's a big part of Swag's teamfight, just because of his abilities. Of course, that Ice Path very strong in Door Breath. Swag is aware of this though. They're gonna go in. Blink doesn't quite make it into the pit, but he's got that vision off the cliff anyway. Gonna stop that fight. Jesus going in. There's that. Can he get the wall? Vacuum off. The call down has been thrown. The boat in as well. Lands on 2, as well as the wall. Now it's just Trianko's down there in the back as well. Now they're chasing 2-second nap. Are they gonna have enough damage? Jesus running into that. Whew. Rocket Barrage to the face. He doesn't care. Now Swag looks like they can definitely turn around and take this Roche. Flex respawn now as well. Liquid Fire does make Roche quite a bit easier.
Double damage.
And Roche is also already at half health, so that's always nice.
Roshan has been ruthlessly exploited by the Dire.
And a BKB here on Blink. Gonna be really good if he gets Orchided by Quap. He will just pop BKB and then Orchid her back. Pretty much all he needs to do this game. The vacuum should be there to disrupt Bane if that Quap is taken care
Dyer's
of. That
middle
is not
tower is under
harassing
attack.
Jesus, who's also got that pipe finished up now. No new items to speak of besides the Maelstrom on the Spirit Bear. For the side of the Fun Machine, we
Dyer's
got
middle
Swag
tower
with a
is
lot of their
under
core
attack.
items. Phase Daedalus,
I feel
Shadowblade
like
on
a
that carry
broken
Kunkka.
record.
Blink with the Orchid and the Black King Bar, as well as the Aegis. Looks like
Dyer's
they
top
want him
tower
to
is being
YOLO
attacked
hard right
like
now.
nobody's business.
Just jumps up the hill, which is pretty smart. If the team fight gets started off well, I mean, Xylu shouldn't go down. And Kunkka not really a hero that can just sit there and tank a tower like Lifesteal or someone like that. Or the Spirit Bear from Lone Druid. Earn,
Radiant's bottom tower is
and mana
under
boots
attack.
here on Jaw. The Shadow Demon is so pretty
Has that
standard.
ever been cause
Flex,
for
Archer's
celebration?
Force Staff, and then as
Radiant's
I mentioned,
bottom
the
tower
pipe in the
has
neck
fallen.
on Jesus. So
Seems to be the day
pretty much
for
Fun
it.
Machine just needs to hold here. They're finding themselves in a pretty big deficit ever since around like the 23-minute mark. This game kind of just exploded at 14k, around 14k XP and gold lead for Swag, as they've got pretty much all map control now. 1 tier 2 tower stands, and that's just in the mid lane. And nice, and Ul's picked up for Ja. Gonna give him a little bit more move speed to try to get his ult off for a nice disruption, as well as survivability with the active, which I wonder if that has a name. It's called Cyclone, that makes sense. Does anyone have a gem? I'm curious. I kind of like that you can't destroy it now. I don't know. I mean, you can always just, destroying it basically now is just picking up and leaving in your base, but now you can't drop it yourself and destroy it, so you deny the other team the gem, or a free gem at least. I guess that's why they changed it. I don't know if that was really being abused or anything. Still a pretty big loss. I think maybe they just wanted to change it and see what happened. I don't think there was necessarily a reason behind it, like the change to bottle crowing. Just allowing too many heroes to shrug off, harass, like Magnus in the mid lane versus Quap. Matchup he shouldn't win, but always does decent. Maybe not always, but does decent a lot of the time, just because of that bottle crowing. But I think we'll still see him mid. Still an amazing hero. Maybe we won't see him mid versus Quap, but or in the offlane. Pretty dependent on ball crowing in the offlane are a few heroes. I think Magnus is sort of one of them.
Structures
But
looking so
anyway,
fortified.
Swag here pushing down that last tier 2. Happens
Radiant's
to be in the
middle
mid lane.
tower is under
And then
attack.
probably gonna wait a creep wave or
I have no
two
reason
to
mock.
just use that pipe and
Radiant's
then break
middle
the high
tower
ground.
has fallen.
And I'm saying it like it's gonna be super easy, but TFM with TFM, yeah, I guess that's what I'm calling him. The Fun Machine with a lot of potential to defend. A nice placed Overgrowth as well as a Sonic Wave to a call down. I mean, they've got the Wombo combo of sorts, but with the pipe, I don't know. And maybe Big Ol just be able to shrug it off. The Spirit Bear is bursted down, so that goes a lot of their right click potential. Now it's pretty much just up the Gyrocopter unless the resummon's available. Looks like it was. Nice Overgrowth onto 3. Blink immediately into a Fiend's Grip, even with that BKB, but an amazing wall bow combination there by Jesus and Xylu. And it looks like everyone going down. Treant and Gyrocopter, the only ones to live. Blink though, going at Contempt, takes him down in the fountain. And now he's gonna die in the fountain, but he's got the Aegis, he doesn't care. Ball laning out of this. That's definitely gonna be the top racks. Top racks already down. Possibly the mid racks as well. Gotta get this homing missile. If I was Blink, I would have let it kill Xylu.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
But I'm evil.
Here!
Xylu
Strange to
11 and
say,
1 right now.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, I'm gonna
is
try to get 2
under
racks
attack.
out of this. I don't know. Not a whole lot on the line here, as I think Symphony Gaming's pretty much already over. I believe Faded won it.
Radiant's
I keep
middle
getting
tower
mixed
has fallen.
information on
Someone
the result
must be
of
very
Symphony
pleased
Gaming.
with themselves.
Because there
Or
was no,
himself.
final
Radiant's
playoff bracket or
lovely
anything like that. It was just
middle
run.
barracks are
You win a
under
match, you get
duress.
points. You lose a match, you don't. Or tie a match. You don't really tie into it.
I'll just point out
It was set up
that
like
Radiant's
the
middle
EPL,
barracks
so
has fallen.
nice boat there. By Xylu landing right on Gyrocopter with his BKB on cooldown, I believe. So, but anyway, it looks like Faded won the most matches, did the best throughout the season, and therefore won, I believe, $200 or so, maybe just 100, and then like 50 a
Radiant's
second and
middle
third.
barracks are under attack.
Either way,
Pay very close
that
attention
doesn't
now,
really
dear
matter
me.
now. So Swag
Radiant's
here,
middle barracks has fallen.
looks like they've got this game all wrapped up, just about 20k XP and gold leads. Just kind of camping the base now.
Breath of fresh air! Ha! Welcome back!
Wow, that torrent hit. Whatever, the ghost ship, it's coming in. Professor walking through the wall, called on there by 2 second nap on the backside, taking out the supports. Taking out Flex, I mean, he came fast enough to walk away. The BKB from Blink doing a lot. He just bought back. He might go down after this. Pipe is thrown out. Overgrowth is now. That's Overgrowth has a low cooldown as well. Another great ult that's sort of just always ready in team fights. Assuming you've got the mana for it. This is a rich Kunkka. Probably just going for a divine. He's got the boots of travel for the lols right now, as well as keeping the phase for the. I wonder how does that work with the travel?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still boost you the. Yeah, it does. It still boosts you the 16% on top of the travel speed. New meta right there. It's crazy. Picks up the demon edge, so yeah, probably going towards the rapier. Here's about 1,500 gold off. Not that it's really gonna matter. With 2 lanes of racks right now on quite a large deficit. The only thing they can do now is get a rapier on Gyro, but he's not really close. He's probably going for the demon edge right here as he walks his way over to the secret shop. Yep. Still nothing on the bear. It's a sad day for bears everywhere. Sometimes it happens. Pick people. That should teach people not to pick Lone Druid ever again. Although I still think he's tier 1. Just won't be able to go armlet, which is how he was always played for years and years. Until recently everyone discovered that sort of glitch, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it was necessarily a glitch, but it was being abused, to say the least. So they still have 3 minutes on Roche. Swag pretty much doesn't need to go for Roche, but I don't know, are sitting in there for some reason. So I'm gonna continue to eat some chips and spoil my dinner. Everyone yelling at me for my overlays, man. I'm such a noob. Apologies, it's been so long. And Callie is in Iceland for some reason, I don't know. He better be like sitting in a spa room or geothermal spa, contemplating Dota strats, casting. That's what I would expect. That's what I'd be doing if I was in Iceland. Or rally car racing. Aw, come on, Xylu, you're letting me down here. Picking up the MKB instead of a rapier. Whatever, it's still a huge damage output, but I don't know. Should've just went rapier. I guess if you hand rapier over to Gyro, it's never really a great thing, but you know, whatever. Spirit Bear's out and about. Xylu gonna decimate it here as everything lands on it. The 300 golden going out. Now looks like pipe not used yet. And already sort of breaking the high ground. Probably gonna pipe this wave and just head on up. Spirit Bear resummoned immediately, Cyclone there. Torn it up, Ice Path as well. Jesus pipes finally. Looks like Arthur thrown out there by Contempt. A nice Gamma Ray ult, but again, no damage coming out of this. And here comes the Ghost Ship, the other damage reducing factor. Blink is Fiend's gripped up. Acetone is Ghost Sceptered as well. It looks like he's gonna go down pretty much no problem. Professor running away on 142 health, so gonna go down to the Ion Shell here. He is, and Blink just going ham on people. Xylu somehow lives. They managed to take 3 of them out, and there's the buyback by Quab. Xylu's in trouble. And that's the death of Xylu.
Someone must be very pleased. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. I have no reason
I feel like
to
the
lie
boat
about such things.
didn't really need to land there, they just needed to shoot it off
Radiant's middle
to
tower
get the
has
buff.
fallen.
Wouldn't be able to help him out a
Radiant's
little bit better.
ancient is under attack.
But as I say that, the Ancient is under attack of creep, so I don't necessarily know if this game is
Radiant's
throwable,
bottom tower
as they're
is being
already here working back
subjected
on
to
the tower.
extreme violence.
Ooh, Shadow Demon with more net worth than the Lone Druid. That hurts. And Xylu just leading the charts here with 20,000 gold. It's craziness. 17,000 for Blink.
I can't believe my
15,000 for
eyes.
2-second nap. And Jesus as well. And then we can see Quap kind of suffering from, you know, the lanes kind of dissipated. She couldn't farm. Couldn't really get kills because Swag was just 5-manning. Finding herself now with 7,800 gold. And just that work kit that she had about 20 minutes ago. And Dagon now on Blink. Blink wanted to have some fun. Probably saw that Ghost Scepter on Bane and was like, I got the perfect thing for that. It's called a Dagon.
Over here now.
Or a Dagon, if you're from Russia. Looks like they opting to go back to get the Roche now after that stalwart defense there by the Fun Machine. And is that a gem? Yeah, looks like the gem is up on Darkseer. Dagon level 2. Just crushing these Dagon levels.
Roshan represented is now
So Roche goes down.
officially extinct.
I gotta type the timer because I practice it. I'm a professional Roche timer keeper. If there's one reason to have me on your Dota team, it'd be to keep the Roche timer. Or just your coach. Alright, looks like Jesus has got that Ags. He's had the Ags for a while, actually. I didn't even point it out. But either way, a great item. Makes that wall just insane. And Gyrocopter also not going Rapier. I don't know why everyone's so scared. It's not like there's $1 million on the line. But anyway, picks up the MKB. Still going to be a lot of damage, as I also said earlier, for the Kunkka. But it looks like this could potentially be the final push or the start of a major comeback for the Fun Machine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're like, tree's typing, let's go. Looks like it might be working out. Contempt here, popping the invis. The gem is on Darkseer. They see him right there, but no one even gonna go for him. Catches only Blink and Jesus. Dust is popped as well. Blink goes immediately onto Gamma Ray. Gamma Ray is pretty much dead. Blink just doing so much damage to him. And the boat cancels the Fiend's grip on Blink as well. Xylu running around, going on the Bane here. Where's the Dagon? Oh, he already used it on co-op. Torrent gonna land anyways. Not able to get back into base, and that's the 5-for-0 trade. And the GG is called out there by 2 seconds now.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Oh, and
Victory!
they didn't even need to fight.
And I do
What?
mean
I can't
dire.
speak. Why is it not taking me to the throne? This is weird. Anyways, apologies for leaving the overlay on for like 3 minutes, of course, again, because I'm bad. I do that all the time. Thanks Darkside for the heads up, and thank you anyone for watching. Check out youtube.com/FMBPDota and twitch.tv/FMBPDota. And we'll see you next time. CEVO's getting underway pretty soon. I think Symphony Gaming just wrapped up, but look for a lot of CEVO casts, hopefully, or at least my point of view, which I'm sure will be incredible as we play in CEVO matches. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.